And now for the big reveal. And welcome back to the Beer Garden on a cold, brisk, wintry day here. That's why everything's dead, regardless of the time of the year you're watching this video. And coming up in just a couple of minutes, a brand new reveal for a Beer Snob's Cheap Brew review. We had something new a few episodes ago, now something even newer, because it's gonna happen in just a couple of seconds. But first, up this round by popular demand, more and more times do I get people ask me to do comparison beer. They wanna hear my opinion of which beer I think is better. So it's a battle of the lights up this round. Bud Light versus Miller Lite. You keep asking me, which is better? Which do you like better as a cheap brew? Well, I did a little bit of research into this. I don't want to overthink it too much, but Bud Light is the more popular beer in America. They brew like 29 million barrels a couple of years ago to Miller Lite's 12 million barrels. So Bud Light comes in as the number 1 light beer in the United States. Miller Lite comes in as the number 3 beer in the United States, number 3 light beer in the United States. So you know what they say about underdogs. Now, I'm not a regular consumer of either cheap brew, and I haven't had either in quite a while. So essentially, my palate's been cleaned, and there really should be no bias in this. What do I mean by a cheap brew? Of course, you always ask. Each has a twist-off cap that is, of course, a sign of a cheap beer. Any beer that has the word light in it, in my opinion, is a cheap beer. And also, I got these two beers at Kroger for $1.25 a piece. So there you go. All right, before we pour, it is time for the new reveal. And let me know what you think of this. As you've been watching this brew review, as it became more and more popular, we had the Cheap Brew review sold out pint glass that everybody's had fun with. We just introduced the brand new, soon to be sold out for 2023, the Red Label Brew review pint glass. And now for the big reveal. The all-new Red Label Trucker Cap. Leather patch, painted Richardson's Trucker Cap. Yeah, let me know what you think. Which do you like better? The old version or the new painted version? And some of you were looking at this, or some of the people I showed this to first, and they said, the label's running off. I can't read it. It's running off the label. It's running off of it. Why is it doing that? I designed this myself, and I did it on purpose in order to highlight brew review, and I exploded the label to make it larger than the printable surface area. That's done on purpose. Believe me, if it wasn't, I would have demanded a discount. All right, let's get to the brew. Let me know what you think about this hat. You like the Red Label hat or the traditional brew review hat, the all laser cut leather patch trucker cap? Love to hear your opinion down below. All right, so let's keep it simple here. So let's pour Bud Light into the old blue brew review sold out pint glass. Working out my forearms just to get the top of it. Obviously, it's a twist-off cap. You're getting no effervescence, nothing. Time for the pour. Bud Light being the most popular beer in America, probably no real surprises here, obviously, because everybody drinks it so much. There you go. You got that crisp, clean, zero emission. Look at the bubbles. And I swear, don't hit me up with you got a filthy glass here. I just hand cleaned this glass right before we shot. All right. Okay, so that's in the blue, sold out, blue label. That's the Bud Light. Time for our number 3 beer in America, our number 3 light beer in America, Miller Lite, with the slightest bit of gassiness trying to escape the aluminum can. That's another thing. I hate aluminum cans. If your beer comes in an aluminum bottle or aluminum, it's the same thing as a can, really. But I mean, come on. To me, it's like putting lipstick on a pig. Going into the brand new, soon to be sold out 2023 edition of a Beer Snob's Cheap Brew review pint glass. So much new stuff going on here for the new year. And as I say this, we have just topped 3,000 subscribers, actual subscribers. I don't pay for subscribers, so thank you for sharing. Let's do another 3,000 in the next few days, weeks, months. All right. Blue is Bud Light. Red is Miller Lite. Almost indistinguishable. Both of them had no head. And in real time, I'm looking at this. I realize that your monitor or phone may be skewed slightly in color, but I'm noticing a slight darker color and a very slight darker color in the Miller Lite in the red label as opposed to Bud Light. Bud Light's going to go first. Both 4.2% alcohol, 4.1, 4.2, depends. Bud Light is brewed with the normal stuff and rice, and the Miller Lite is brewed with the normal stuff and corn syrup. I don't like either being added to a beer. I hate hate rice being added to a beer, and I hate corn syrup being added to a beer, or dextrose. It just cheapens it. Time for the nose. Nothing. I got nothing. It's a blank sheet of notebook paper right there. All right, so let's pop the top and see what we got. Time for the liquid to hit the lips. I don't want to drink alone. Beer number one in the Bud Light versus Miller Lite throwdown. Grab a beer, enjoy me. I don't want to drink alone. Cheers. It's a cold day here, and it's a cold beer. I'm crying, man. Cold was cold. It probably was not such a great idea to eat a Jersey Mike's sub right before I did this brew review. Oh, the bread is swelling in my stomach. All right. Time for the Miller Lite and the brand new, soon to be sold out Beer Snob's Cheap Brew review pint glass for 2023. Time for the nose. Much like the Bud Light, not getting a whiff of much of anything. If anything, I think I'm picking up a little bit of that corn syrup, that dextrose, because I do notice a little bit of a sweet note to it. Time for beer number two, Miller Lite. 96 calories, I believe it is, to the Bud Light's 110 calories. So, all right, once again, I don't want to drink alone, and if you're slamming two as fast as I am, God bless you, let's go again. Here we go. Cheers. Grab a beer. Okay. Oh, my belly is filling up quickly. My belly. Oh, cold beer, cold day, full belly. I was surprised in research to find out that Miller Lite, in a previous life, was known as Meisterbräu or Meisterbrau. You remember that cheap beer Meisterbrau that I think Cousin Eddie drank in Christmas Vacation? Meisterbrau. That, through its evolutionary chain, became Miller Lite through a series of buyouts and recipe changes. So there you go. Meisterbrau. They still even make that? Let me know down below. Lots going on in this video. I appreciate you hanging in there. I'm about to give you my opinion. Which light beer do I think is a better light beer? Just really based on what I just slammed. Also, let me know what you think, which beer you think is the better light beer down below, and which hat, brand new hat, debuting the painted leather patch trucker cap, Richardson's trucker cap, or the original laser cut leather patch trucker cap. Let us all know what you think down below. Okay, out of the two, Miller Lite with the corn syrup tastes cheaper. To me, it has more flavor. I was really surprised, and I was trying to squeeze everything I could out of my tongue to try to differentiate or glean any amount of taste. However, Bud Light with its rice in the recipe is a little bit smoother, albeit almost no taste whatsoever. Is very slammable on any day, especially a hot weather day. I can see that as a lot of us drink these light beers during the summertime. Not really here in the dead of winter in the beer garden when nothing's going on. I prefer heartier beer myself. But we're talking light beer, people. All right, what do we go? Here, which we going? What's going to happen? Bud Light or Miller Lite? Which do I like? I'm not going to say favorite because I really don't like either of these beers. Which do I think is a better tasting light beer? It's kind of like dating two ugly chicks, Which one are you going to go out with? The buck-toothed girl or the cross-eyed girl? And if you know me, and in my taste of beer, I'm going to have to say my preference of the two light beers, I'm going to have to go Bud Lights. Oh, number one for a reason? It's probably number one for a reason because there's not really anything to argue about. It's not offensive. It's not a whole lot there. It's not too sweet. It's not bittery. It's not too hoppy. It's wet. It's wet. And you get a little bit of a buzz if you drink tons of them quickly. Hey, let me know what you think. Which light beer do you prefer? Comment down below. Join our group on Facebook, A Beer Snob's Cheap Brew Review. Thank you for your sub and support. I also love to hear your reaction to the brand new leather patch painted Richardson Trucker cap for 2023 as we retire the old cap. And hey, it's a beautiful day here in the beer garden, and it's a beautiful day to drink beer, so don't just sit there. Grab yourself a beer and you drink that beer. Cheers and cheers.